Welcome in everybody to the Helping Hands Charity League. I am your host, the Frosty Vulpix. Welcome to week 7 of battles. After this week, nope, after next week, we'll be officially halfway through the regular season, and I hope you are all enjoying the battles that have been going on um, and just everything for charity. I do want to reiterate again that this is a league that is raising awareness and trying to raise donations and money for many different charities, and just awareness for the charities as well through fun and exciting Pokemon battles. We do have our PayPal link in the panels of Twitch if anyone wants to donate to the pool of money that will be donated to the champion. Um, but yeah, this is all for charity, and I hope you all support and donate, even if it's not to the charities that are represented by our team leaders, just any charity. The point of this league is to raise awareness and raise money for just any charity you want to support, anything at all, as long as it's actually a helpful charity, nothing like, anyway. But yeah, let's get into our week 7 battles. As I mentioned right before I started this recording, this probably will be a very quick, very short stream, just going over the teams quickly, not going over the strats that the Pokemon can do, just going over the teams, going over the records of each team, and then just going right into the battles. I promise in the upcoming weeks the streams will be better again, but this is just a lot has been going on lately, so I kind of need to just kind of rush through things. But let's introduce our first team of our first battle of week 7. We see the Shaded Sunsets, led by Phoenix, playing for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, currently in 9th place with an even 3-3 record, trying to get that record above neutral this week with this battle this week. Has been going. We've been kind of seeing this team go away from their Slowking Komodo strat and try to put more Pokemon on the radar. Their Slowking Komodo not being brought for a couple weeks, still running 0-4 and 7-3 respectively. The Yuyumons of this team, the Orthworm and the Quackable, each at 1 and 2, have been showing up quite a lot lately, but have not been getting any knockouts or feints. The Argumons of this team, being that newly traded Dragalge at 0-0, only brought once but wasn't used in that battle. The Arcanine at 0-1, and the Caparaja, the infamous Elephant Chicken, having not been brought yet either. We see the Enumons of the Minior coming back from a 6-0 sweep a couple weeks ago to have that 1-1 record added from last week with 7-1. I don't know what words I just said. And the Dunsparce not showing his face yet. We also see the Whiscash, the newly traded Whiscash away from the Farigiraf originally being brought, getting a knockout and getting knocked out in the process. And the Piyumons of this team, being that Glaceon at 0-1, the Dachsbun at 3-1, the Trevenant at 4-3, and the Stantler at 1-2. This team is looking to use their just really unpredictable, really chaoticness, that's a word, to try and win their games. And it has been working the past couple weeks, but we will see if it works against their opponent this week. The Sylphic Sylveon, led by Susumi, playing for the American Cancer Society, currently at 13th place at 2-4, having a really strong start, but unfortunately have not been able to pick up the wins in that last couple weeks against some really strong opponents too, I should say. Really good showings in the past few weeks, just unfortunately have not been able to pick up the wins. We see the Oyumons of this team being those two Hisuian starters, the Typhlosion and the Samurott. The Typhlosion at 6-4 and the Samurott at 6-6. The Yuyumons of this team being the Tinkaton at 4-3 and the Flamigo at 0-1. The Flamigo not having shown up since probably I think week 2 or week 3, I don't remember. You see the Argumons of this team being that namesake Pokemon, the Sylveon, unfortunately at 0-2, Hasn't been able to pick up any knockouts, but has been doing a lot of damage with their showings. The Aurorus and the Pangoro are each at 0-1 as well. The Aurorus being brought for the first time last week and just not able to get a knockout. And the Pangoro I don't think has been since week 1 or week 2, I don't remember. Yeah, that Pangoro is another really strong threat with a really good typing too. That dark fighting type is not something you see too often. I think there's only one other. I think it's just Scrafty, isn't it? Scrafty and Pangoro are the only two dark fighting types? No, that can't be true. No, there's Urshifu, there's... Anyway, the Enumon of this team being the Scavalier, having been brought for the first time last week as well, but unfortunately unable to get a knockout. The Golurk at 2-4, and the Alolan Executor at 1-1, being brought just one time, getting a knockout before falling. And the Piyumons of this team being the female Indeedee at 4-4, having a much better record than my own, unfortunately. But yeah, so the Indeedee being played really well on this team, but we also see the Meganium, the Stunfisk, and the Flareon, each at 0-1. Yeah, unfortunately this team has been suffering a few losses, but is trying to break that losing streak again today. A really strong opponent just unfortunately hasn't been able to pick up many wins after the first couple weeks. But let's check out the starting lineups of these two teams. There are a few dark fighting overall. Yeah, I don't remember all of them, but it's not a really common typing, so it's cool to see those uncommon typings. But yeah, let's see the starting lineups. We see the Worm coming back. We see the Earthworm, the Whiscash coming back as well, and the Stantler coming back. The Nuclear Deer thing, I'm pretty sure, is what he named it. We do see the two Doggos, the Arcanine hiding behind the Dachsbun, and the Quaquaval coming back as well. Hey Knight, how you doing? And for the Sylphic Sylveon, we see the Hisuian, the two Hisuian mons, the Typhlosion and the Samurott. We also see the Indeedee that has been doing so well. These three mons have been doing so well for this team lately. The Golurk has been doing really good as well, just unfortunately hasn't been able to get as many knockouts. We see the Tinkaton and the Aurorus also coming back from this team. Yeah, let's just hop right into things. Let's see the starting Pokemon of these two teams and get into the first battle of Week 7. The Shaded Sunsets leading with the Whiscash, and the Sylphic Sylveon leading with that Golurk. The Whiscash immediately going for a Stealth Rock. And the Dynamic Punch immediately connecting, of course, with the No Guard and confusing the Whiscash. And the Whiscash getting hit in Confusion first try, and the Poltergeist connecting, doing so much damage, but not quite getting the knockout. The Whiscash breaking through that Confusion this turn, going for Liquidation, doing a lot of damage, but it's not enough. The Whiscash falling to another Poltergeist from that Golurk. You see the Quaquaval then coming back. The Golurk getting scared out immediately into this, not Indeedee, the Tinkaton with the Aqua Step coming through, boosting the Quaquaval's speed, of course. And the Close Combat coming through, able to knock out the rest of this Indeedee's HP, of course dropping the defenses, but the Moxie boost of the Quaquaval comes into play and boosts its attack. Indeedee then coming out, but the Quaquaval going for a U-turn and immediately taking out this Indeedee. Moxie boost, of course, proccing, but the U-turn making him switch into the Nuclear Deer thing with the Golurk coming out. The Trailblaze then from the Nuclear Deer thing, boosting the speed, not quite taking down the Golurk, but the Dynamic Punch connecting and not taking down the Nuclear Deer thing either, but doing so much damage. And the Deer thing hitting itself in Confusion and falling. The Quaquaval then coming back out with the Aqua Step coming through again to boost the speed and going to boost the attack from the Moxie boost. This Quaquaval already standing very strong, and the Samurott taking some Stealth Rocks damage with a Close Combat coming through to connect. Of course, the defenses drop from the Quaquaval, but the attack will be boosted again. Typhlosion then comes in. And another Aqua Step coming through, boosting the speed even more and taking down the Typhlosion, and of course another Moxie boost coming from this Quackable, just the Auroras, but I don't know if the Auroras will be able to outspeed with this two times speed. It does not. The close combat coming through. The Quackable with a late game sweep at the end. I can't really say late game sweep, but an end game sweep. Able to boost its stats, boost its speed, boost its attacks, and show its real threat of that Moxie boost, of that Aqua Step boost. The Sylveon with a really good showing in this battle just unfortunately was not able to work around the Moxie Aqua Step sweep of this Quackleval.